here. We welcome you all to the third day of our orientation program for the batch of 2020. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome all our faculty members and our ever enthusiastic students to the session. Our event for the day will be kick-started with a workshop by Dr. Meenakshi Arya ma'am. Dr. Meenakshi S. Arya ma'am is a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. She has a diverse academic and professional experience background and has served in many engineering colleges across the length and breadth of the country in various capacities. She has done a PhD in the field of biometric watermarking and has an array of publications to her credit. She has published papers in reputed journals and conferences and has many book chapters to her credit. Dr. Arya is a professor by choice and has a great passion for teaching. She believes in the fact that good education is the key to developing a nation, and if we can percolate the same sentiment to all students and make learning fun by bringing innovations to it, our country will grow by leaps and bounds. Now, we would like to invite ma'am to enlighten us with a workshop on online classes, which is the need of the hour during this testing pandemic time.
Thank you so much, Ashwanti, for such wonderful introduction. Uh, Good evening, good morning, respected Dean Sir, all the heads of the departments, and a warm welcome to all the students. Though being in Chennai, one should not say warm welcome because Chennai weather itself is pretty warm. But all the same, this warmth is for welcoming you to the family of SRM. And I assure you that your choice has been very right, and you're going to get the best of both curricular, co-curricular, as well as the extracurricular world in SRM. So as you all are aware that the classes this time are not going to be one-to-one for quite some time, and we will have to make do with the online classes till the time we do not get further directions from the government. So to familiarize all of you with what modus operandi are we following and how you can utilize the platform called as Google Classroom for your online classes, I'm here to give you a brief overview on how Google Classroom will be your one-stop solution for all the teaching learning needs, and how the organization is using this platform extensively for delivering online classes. Well, you all belong to that batch of students who did not attend the classes during their school times using Google Classroom. Because if you ask a sixth standard kid also today, he's also pretty hooked onto the Google Classroom. So I've been given this Herculean task of familiarizing you with the Google Classroom, of how you're going to use it for your everyday classes, and how your teachers are going to utilize it for communicating everything to you. So let's begin. I have a small presentation for 2 to 3 slides, and then after that, we will be going on straight away to the demonstration, online demonstration of how we are going to use Google Classrooms. So give me a minute to just share my slide. Yeah. Is the slide visible? Can somebody just confirm?
Yeah, madam, visible. Visibility.
Okay, fine. Okay, yes.
You put it into PPT mode.
Yes, yeah. So what we are going to today do is we are going to explore the world of Google Classroom, as already introduced by Yashwanti. I am Dr. Meenakshi Arya, working as a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at the Vadapalani campus. So what exactly is Google Classroom, and what exactly are we going to see today? Well, Google Classroom, it's a learning management system which had been developed by Google long time back. It's not that Google Classroom is something which came into being during this pandemic only. I was personally using Google Classroom for past 4 odd years to disseminate information, to give a discussion forum to my students, and for all kinds of online needs for my classes. So basically, it's an interface between the teacher and a student, and it's a way to get all of your students in one place as a teacher, and for you, it's for you to organize all your classes under one umbrella. So it's a very, very efficient tool for communication. As I told you, we are all using these Google Classrooms for communicating with our students. And also, it is a great tool for forum for discussion. If you have any queries, you want to discuss something with your fellow colleagues, you can always do that on a Google Classroom. How we are going to do that? I am going to demonstrate it to you using online demonstrations. And as far as for the teachers is concerned, it's a great platform for sharing resources, assigning work to you as students, and also grading. The best part is that if the teacher wishes to, the grades can be seen by you as a students real time. So that's what a Google Classroom is. Now there are two aspects of Google Classroom. One, it can act as an assistant to teacher. So how will your teacher be using this Google Classroom? The Google Classroom will automatically create drive folders for each assignment which is assigned to you. The teachers will use it to create, collect, review and grade assignments quickly, and they will have it all stored in one place and it will be paperless. They will be able to create assignments and share a single document with you all, or they might give you access of a copy of the document and you will be able to share that particular document once your assignment is done back to the teacher. The teacher will also be able to see whether you've completed the work or not. So you cannot say that I have submitted, whereas it has not been submitted on the GCR. So there's a complete online tracking of the work that has been assigned to you, whether you have finished that or not. The teacher can provide you a direct and real-time feedback, and student can also easily see what's due. Let's say we have got so many assignments, I do not have a track of what is due when. So don't worry, Google Classroom will always remind you what is due on which date, and you can always stay on top of your work. And also the teacher can use this Google Classroom to make announcements, start classroom discussions, so on and so forth. So basically what a teacher would do when she would interact with you one-to-one, she can do everything of that on the Google Classroom. Now you might ask me, ma'am, then why are you taking a class for us if it is a tool for the teachers? My dear students, it's not just a tool for the teachers, it's a one-stop solution for you as students also. How? It will help you stay organized with one drive folder for each class and for each teacher. So now instead of worrying about which notebook do I need to carry or where have I kept my notes, you just need to go to your GCR for that corresponding class and you will see everything there. Right? Whatever assignments you have submitted, whatever notes the teacher has circulated, whatever assignments you have submitted, whatever grades you have got, everything will be there available on Google Classroom for you. It will also notify you on class streams when work is assigned and when it is due. So it's kind of a reminder, it's kind of an assistant for you all as well. Class materials will be automatically filed into folders in the Google Drive, and you can communicate and assist your classmates through class discussions. And of course, the biggest thing, you can share resources amongst each other. So with this as the background, let me get you started onto the Google Classroom. What I will really appreciate it is if some of you are already online, you can do the steps along with me. That will be great because you'll be able to understand how this Google Classroom will work. So let's get started. To go to the Google Classroom, you have this link which I have provided here, which is https://classroom.google.com. So what I can do is I can just go over here and it will take me to Google, and what it'll ask me to do is verify it's you. So now for all the classrooms which you will be assigned to, you will have to use your official email ID, which will be allotted to you soon, because we will be using the G Suite which our organization owns. So I will be logging in through my official email ID. That's what all of you are also expected once you receive your official email IDs, to join in the Google Classrooms using official email IDs. Now it'll take a minute for the yes. So you can see I have got so many Google Classrooms which I have created and through which I am communicating with my student. But for the sake of demonstration this time, let me create a new class. So because I am a teacher, so I am going to create a class first of all, and then what I will give you a small assignment which you will do along with me. So what I'll do is I'll create a class name. Let's say it is the Introduction to New Students. And I will be teaching it to CSE first year. The subject I will call it as GCR, which is Google Classroom, and then a room number, let's say it's online. Okay, and I have created a class for all of you. So you can say it will just take me a few moments to create my class. While my class gets created, what is important for you to remember is that you should be a part of the class before you can start interacting or you can start doing anything with the class. So it'll just take a minute. While it's taking a minute, can you just give me, it is not visible. Navneet Ranjan, I think it's visible. Your screen sharing isn't working. Is it not working?
No, yes ma'am, it is not working.
Okay,
it is
just
in the previous PPT.
Yeah, just give me a moment, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could see only the PPT slide.
Yes, 1 minute. Actually, I'm used to sharing using Google Meet. So in Google Meet, we can do a screen sharing parallelly. Yeah, just give me a minute. Yes. So now can you all see the Google Classroom which I have created? So
Yes.
I'll just go back again. How did I create this Google Classroom? I clicked on the link which I told you. So the link for Google Classroom is, you can just type classroom.google.com. It will take you to the classroom.google.com. So it will take you to this interface which I was already on, right? And then over here, see, if you can also create a class for your friends, for interacting with your peers. You guys can have your own class where you can share material. So how did I create a class? Click on this button and say create class. So that's how the class got created. Now let me come to this class which I have just now created, Introduction to New Students, First Year CSE. You can see that for each class, a class code gets generated. So this class code is the one which your faculty will be sharing with you, and you have to use this class code to join the class. Remember, I will be repeating because this is somebody is annotating. May I kindly request you to please restrain from that? Or wait, I will just disable participant annotation. You all have to understand that now you all are engineering graduates, and it is expected that all engineering students should behave professionally, because it's a professional degree that we are a part of, right? So yeah. So where was I? Yes, you'll get this particular code which your faculty will share with you, and you can join the class using that code. So now let's see. Are some of the students online? Have some of you joined into the you use this link?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So can you all please use this code? How I'll show you how you need to use this code, because then I will have students in my class. What you need to do is.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. Can you just tell the host to, stop that annotation thing?
Ma'am, I can't remove it now because somebody has already done it. So I can't remove it.
Okay.
It's not possible for me to remove it, ma'am. That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
I've disabled the participant annotation. So what you all need to do is, you all need to go to this classroom and say join class here. Okay. Those of you who can do, please do join class here and use this code which I have mentioned here, 3KLWAB3, and join the class. You can confirm to me in chat if you have been able to join the class. Okay, has somebody, let me just check whether there are some students which I have already received for the class. No, I have not received any student. So what I'll do is, I'll just add certain people. I'll add Dr. Gomati as my student, ma'am, with your permission. So I'll add HOD ECE as my student. I'll add HOD CSE as my student. I'll add HOD Mechanical as my student. Okay, I have invited them. Ma'am, I'll request all three of you, if you are there, to kindly access. Yeah. Yes, absolutely, Aditya. You have told me that I do not have access or permission to join the class, ma'am. That's absolutely correct, because I'm using my official email ID. So what I'll do is, I'll go back, I'll log in with another account and give you one more class. So don't worry. Okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm now going to create a class. That's what I wanted all of you to understand, that till the time you do not have SRM ID, you will not be able to join the classes which have been created using SRM ID. But now I'm using my personal ID, so I'm just creating one more class. I will say, okay, I've read and understood. I'll again name it introductory course. All of you have to be with me. Can you see the slide? Can you see the Google Classroom? You have to keep telling me, because I can't see. First year, subject is GCR, and room is online. Okay, so I'll create this class, and now you all will be able to join my class, because it has been created with my personal email ID. Yeah, okay. It'll just take a minute. You will have to give me that minute while it is the class is getting created. Yes, okay. So the class has got created. Now you'll see, I'll show you the difference between the two classes. You can see when I have created a class using my personal Gmail ID, it shows me the interface like this. Whereas when I had created the classroom using my official ID, there's something more that it gives me. I'll show you what more has it given to me. I'll show you the comparison between the two IDs. So now what it gave me also was a Google Meet link, which it will not give me in case I have created the class using my personal ID. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll ask you all of you to join my class using this particular code. Kindly join my class. So the code is CLMRW75. How can you join my class? Go over here in Google, type classroom.google.com. Those of you who can be with me, fine. Those of you who cannot, you can just follow what I'm telling you here. And once you come there, click on this plus button and click on join class. Okay. Yes, I think some people have already joined. When you say join class, it will either ask you which particular ID do you want to join with, then choose your Gmail ID and join the class. Okay, if you have joined, good enough. So when I go to people, I can see all those people who have joined my class already. Great. So I have these many people who are already there with me in the class. Now what I'll do is I'll just take you through each one of the features of this particular class. As you can see, Google Meet has, or Google Classroom has got 4 main tabs. One is the Stream tab, one is the Classwork tab, one is the People tab, and one is the Grades tab. So I'm first of all going to come to the People tab, which is a very, very simple tab where you can see who all are the teachers who will be taking your class. Let's say I want to involve one more teacher. I can add one more teacher, but that's let it be, because that's as a part of teacher, I can include people here. Also, you all have joined my class, but I also have a facility of inviting students through their email ID. So I can also invite the students. That is how your faculty members are going to invite you to your Google Classrooms. And now you can see you all have become a part of my Google Classroom. I also have a provision as a teacher to, let's say, remove a given student. I feel he is not doing, he is not a part of my class. I can remove you. I can email you, or I can mute you. Means, let's say somebody is doing what they did on my screen right now, and I don't want you to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the student, right? So this is how the People's tab works. Now let us get going and let us start a real class. So now I want to share something with you. I want to welcome you all to my class. So welcome to my class. That's what I want to do to you. Now, see what the teacher has a facility. The teacher has a facility that she can add some good YouTube videos. So let's say I want to add a motivational video to welcome you to my class. So I can add a motivational video, a motivational video, search for it online. And let's say I find some beautiful motivational video, work up and work hard, and I insert this video. And what do? I want it to be sent to all of you. So what I'll do is I'll not send it to you just now. I'll send it to you after 10 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll schedule this after 10 minutes. So this is 8 to, right now it is 10:25. I'm going to schedule it to 10:27 a.m. Okay, and yeah, and I will schedule it. So all of you can see your classroom. Are you able to see any kind of a message from me? Can you just give me a yes or a no? Are you able to see any kind of a message from me?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think you should be able to see any kind of message from me.
No, ma'am.
No, you will not be able to see, because I have scheduled it for a later date. Yeah. So now what I'll do is, okay, I'll say welcome to SRM. Okay, and see what I'm doing now. I am not scheduling it for later. I am just posting it straight away. Okay, you can see it is showing here in my stream, welcome to SRM. And have you all received my message of welcome to SRM?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you all have.
Yes,
So that's the difference. If a teacher tells you that I have scheduled something for you, that scheduled thing will come to you only once that particular time comes. This particular tab is called as stream. Now what I have done is, in the settings, I have kept the settings as students can post and comment. So what I want some of you to do is, I want some of you to just say a hello or a hi to me. Can you all do that? In the stream, just say a hello or a hi or something like that to me. Please do it. Yeah. So I'll come to this stream and just say hello or hi or ma'am, we are happy to come to SRM. Just say anything to me.
Madam, sorry for the interference.
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Sir.
Sorry, madam. Can you please assign someone as a co-host so that the person will be able to avoid all these annotations?
Sir, done. Dr. Arun is the host, sir, co-host, sir.
No, I think he has not been assigned.
Sir, I will again, yes. I will assign Arvind R. Sir, I have assigned Arvind R also.
Okay. Thank you,
Yes,
madam.
yes, thank you, sir. Okay, so you all can see that else what I can do is, sir, I can just disconnect and connect back so that this annotation goes, if that is okay, sir. Otherwise, this annotation will remain there forever.
Yeah, I feel you can just move off.
Yes, ma'am. I'll just quit the meeting and then I'll request Arvind, sir, who will become the host, to make me the host. So
no
I'll
need
just,
of quitting, ma'am. You just close the screen only, then connect again. No need of quitting.
ma'am, I don't think so, ma'am. It will not work, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
That I've already done. So 1 minute, ma'am. No, it's not happening, ma'am. I'll have to leave the meeting. I'll just leave the meeting and rejoin. Guys, just be there. I'll just leave the meeting and rejoin again.
Ma'am, just 2 minutes, ma'am. I will.
Yes, yes, sir.
Clear,
Yes,
sir, ma'am.
yes,
Just
sir.
continue
Yes,
your presentation.
yes. Should I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So just give me a minute here. These are the technical problems which we as teachers face when we are taking online classes. So I expect all of you to be good students so as to avoid all these inconveniences when we are taking the classes, right? Please avoid doing these annotations and all. Then it spoils the entire mood of the class. Yeah. So we were at the stream tab, and as you can see, all of you have been very good students, and some of you have said, "Have a nice day, good morning, ma'am." So this is how. Now, what happens at times that though I wanted this stream to be used as a stream for communicating, now some people will start posting, how are you today? How can I solve this assignment? So for that, what at times the faculty will do, they will not allow you to post and comment. They might just allow you to comment, or they might not allow you to comment or post or anything at all. Right? So they might not allow you to, is my screen visible, sir? Can you just confirm? Is the screen sharing still on, sir?
Yeah, we could see.
Okay, sir. So sometimes what the teachers can do is...
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, can you make me co-host, ma'am?
Who is it, Arun, sir?
Arun Nehru.
Sir, I have already
Yes,
made
ma'am.
you.
Yes,
Just a second, sir. I have already made you the co-host.
No, ma'am.
1 second, sir. I'll just make co-host. Done, sir.
No.
Sorry, sir. No, somebody else. Just a second, sir. Oh, it's moving up and down. That's why I'm not able to do it. 1 minute. Done, sir. I think I have made you the
Yes,
co-host.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So now what we will do is we'll again go back to where, so I'm going to save these settings. Now you all try posting again. Okay, my settings have got saved. Now try posting again. Now try posting again. Are you able to post?
No,
Are you able to
ma'am.
post? No, you are not able to post.
No, ma'am.
Don't worry if earlier you were able to post and later on you are not able to post, because what will happen is that the teacher would have restricted the posting and commenting of students on this. So what I can do is, as a teacher, I can delete all the posts which are there or all the comments which you have done, and I can keep this classroom as a very, very clean classroom. Okay. So now you all will be able to see only what I want to communicate to you. So the teacher has the provision of allowing you or disallowing you to comment and post in the stream. Because if I allow you to post in the stream, there will be a lot of chaos and confusion, and you might just miss out on what is important. So now let's come on to the second tab, which is the most important tab, which you are going to be using every day. So what I will first of all do is, I will first of all try and show you how am I going to disseminate my material to you. Let's say there are 4 units in our subject. So what I will do is, I'll create the unit 1. And what I will do is, I'll let's say create some materials in this unit 1. So I'll create, let's say, PPT for Google Classroom. Okay, that's the title for this one. And what I can do is I can add some kind of a file over here from my device. You can see it allows me to upload a file from the Google Drive. It allows me to upload a file from my own computer. So I can use my own computer to upload a file. It allows me to upload a file from my drive, or it allows me to upload some starred file which I would have. Okay, so I'm going to upload this recent file which I have. I will insert it, and what I will do is I will put it under Unit 1. And what have I done? I don't want it to be seen by all the students. So what I'll do is I'll just assign it to, let's say, Aishwarya Anand. Okay, Aishwarya Anand, are you there in my class? Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. So Aishwarya Anand, I've just posted something. Can you confirm it to me whether you are able to see this PPT for Google Classroom? Can you see this PPT? And can rest all confirm to me whether
Yes,
you are
ma'am.
able to see?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I'm able to see.
Okay, fine. Are other students able to see this PPT for Google Classroom?
No, ma'am.
No, none of you
No,
is
ma'am.
able to see. So what
No,
I can
ma'am.
do is I can edit, and instead of saying one student, I can say all students. Now please check your Google Classroom and see if all of you are able to see this PPT. I'm sure now all of you will be able to see this PPT.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay, great. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is how your faculty is going to communicate the material, the resources that they have to disseminate with you. That's how they are going to share these resources with you. And also you will see automatically a class drive folder gets created. In this drive folder, whatever is there, whichever assignments or whatever files you have, that is all going to get saved over here automatically. I'll show you how. Now let's say I want you all to take a quick quiz. Okay, so what I'm going to do is a feedback survey. All right, so what I will do is I will create a blank quiz, and I'm just going to put two fields in it. One field I'm going to put what is your name. So you are going to give me your name, and another field I'll put is how are you, how was your orientation program. Okay, so I have just created this orientation program, right? So I'll say good, excellent, very good. Okay. Okay, I have given you these 4 options, and what I'll do is I will just call this quiz as I'll give it some name. I'll call it as a feedback and save it. Okay, this has already got saved. Now you all can see it. The moment I'll open this, it will get saved. So what I'll do is I'll just assign this quiz, and I will label this quiz as, let's say, 2 marks. Okay, and I can set the due date. The teacher can set the topic under which I want to create it, and I will assign it to all of you. Can you all see this quiz? I have assigned it to all of you. Can you all see this quiz?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, great. Can you all take this survey?
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
see, please be with me. Now it tells me I have assigned this quiz to 106 people, and none of the 106 people have as of now responded. So can you all start responding to this quiz? Okay, and also in this feedback form, I can see already 3, 4, 5. I can live see when you, okay. So what I'll just now do is I'll just stop accepting responses. Are you all able to fill up the quiz now?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, you are not. Why? Because I have stopped accepting responses. So the faculty might, it might be a time-bound quiz. So just remember how much time it will take for me to stop the quiz. Just a click. So if the teacher tells you that the quiz is going to finish by 9 o'clock, ensure that you have made your submissions by 8:59. Because I just need to do one click. So I'm opening the quiz again. Can you now respond? Yes, you can now respond. Parallelly, I can see who all have. So you can see, I can see there are 83 students who have not responded as yet. I'll request all of you to respond. So once I keep receiving the responses, 48 responses, 56, you can see I have a live way of checking who all have submitted and who all have not. And also, those of you who have done, kindly, there will come an option called as mark as done. Yes or no? Can you all see? There's an option coming which says mark as done. Please always tick that option called as mark as done. All of you, those who have turned in, kindly do that mark as done. Kindly do that mark as done immediately. So while those who are turned in, I'm going to allocate marks also to you. I'll put 2 out of 2 for everybody. So what I'll do is, once I put 2 out of 2, you will see that the grades get returned to you. Okay? So I can live mark you and you will get your grades live. That's the beauty of these Google Classroom. As I told you, it's a very, very live kind of a scenario where I can just grade all of you live and you all can see that I can return. So what I can do is I can return all these grades to you. So I have graded one person. I just need to return these grades to you. Okay, or I can select all the students and return the grades of all the students. So I can return, some of assignments aren't done. Are you sure you want to return? So I'm returning grades to everybody. Somebody would have got a 0, somebody would have got 2 on 2, so on and so forth. So this is how our assignments, how simple it is. And you can see everything that you have done online. Okay, now let me come back to my classroom introductory course, and what I'm now going to do is, now I'm going to ask all of you to submit, and this was a quiz. So quiz is live. I can now, I will stop accepting responses. So I've got 145 responses, but you have to remember, why am I getting only, I'll come back here. See, there are certain things which you have to be very, very clear with, beta. What is most important is, sorry, I'll go to this. Yeah. What is most important for you all to remember is that it is asking me 18 assigned. So these are the 18 people who, though they have submitted, they have not done mark as done. Till the time you do not click on that mark as done, to me, it will show that the quiz has been assigned to you, but you have not completed it. So always remember, in a quiz, the moment the quiz gets over, please mark it as done. Have you noted that? So next time, whenever your teacher gives you a quiz, the moment she turns off the quiz, please mark it as done. The moment you mark it as done, it will show me that you have turned in for the quiz, right? So this was, yes, somebody has raised a hand. Radhish Palani Swami. Yes, beta, go ahead. You have a question? Radhish Palani Swami, you have raised a hand. Okay. There are some people who are raising a hand. Can you just let me know, do you have a query or something? Yeah. Yes, go ahead. Do you have a query?
I cannot find the mark as done, ma'am.
It's there because I'm not in the student. You'll find in the quiz, mark as done. Come back to your assignment, the classroom. And in assignment 1, you'll have that mark as done. Okay, if you can't find it right now, I'll come back to that when I show you my student login. Okay, I'll come back to that. Don't worry. Yeah. So once we are done from there, now what I will do is, so I will be giving you an assignment now. Now this is not a quiz, it's an assignment which I'm giving you. So you all have to do this assignment and submit it to me by a due date. So what I'll do is, title of assignment is assignment number 1. So what I will do is, I'll create a Google Doc, okay? And now I have multiple options, okay? So I will create this Google Doc and label it as, give you the question. So the question is, how much do you feel college life is different from school life? College life is different from school life. All right, so this is the assignment which I have given to you. I'll call this as introduction course to first year. And now what I'll do is, I'll assign this to all of you, and the marks for this is 10. The due date I can set. The due date is September 21st, and time right now it is 10:41. So I'll give you the time till 11 a.m. All right. So, and I will assign it to all of you. So instructions are, give me your opinions on the topic. All right. And I am going to assign it to each one of you. So now tell me what is happening. Can you edit this file? Are you able to edit this file? Please open this file and see whether you are able to edit this file.
Yes, madam.
You are able to edit?
Yeah, ma'am.
I don't think so. I think you will be only able to view it.
It was requested at access.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Right?
We are not
It
able to.
asks you request access, right? That's what I asked you, that you will not be able to edit it. Why does it do so? So now, yeah, before I move there, that why does it do so? You can see whatever I'm communicating to you, all that is coming in the stream post. Okay, in the stream tab, you can see everything. And on the left hand side, you can see upcoming, due, Monday 11 a.m. assignment number 1. Can you all see this? And whatever I have communicated to you, I gave you a PPT, I gave you a feedback survey, I gave you some assignment, all that will come in the stream. And it will come in the order of when was that particular message communicated to you. It is the last in, first out. So you have the last message which will be on the top. Okay, the second last and like this. Now what did I do? I assigned you an assignment, but unfortunately none of you is able to edit it. Why are you not able to edit it? Because I have not given you the permission to edit it. I have as of now just given you the permission to view the file. What can I do now? I can do students can edit the file, and now what I'll do is I'll save. Now all of you can try and edit this file. I'm sure you'll be able to do that now. Are you able to do that now?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just write your answers and I'll show you how I get the feedback? Just write one line. I feel it's different. I feel it's not different. Whatever you feel like.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I will again go to my classroom and see that some of you have turned in, but see, you have not, I can't grade this assignment because I have no document. So you have to submit the document back. Okay. You have to attach the document in this particular file so that I can grade you then. Okay.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Yes.
We can't type one at a time, ma'am.
Sorry.
We can't type one at a time because everyone is typing together.
Yeah, everyone in
No,
the
all of you
same.
have a different. See, somebody has already given me. Yes, I think it's very much different. You have your own copy, so it doesn't matter. See, I'm getting responses from people. I feel different, right? So great. That means I'll assume that you've understood if given an assignment or if given a quiz, how you are supposed to handle it. Okay. Then there are many more facilities available over here. Question. Yes, Hari, you have raised your hand. What is your question, beta? Yes, what is your question? Okay, I think he doesn't have a question. Two participants.
I have a query, ma'am.
Yes, beta, go ahead.
I was trying to type, but I was not able to even type a single letter.
Just go back again, reload the page, and you will be able to do it.
I tried, ma'am. Like, it's showing others are typing, but when I type, it's not even letting me type.
It's the same, ma'am. Like everyone else are typing at the same time.
Okay, okay. Yeah, well, I'll tell you why. Yes.
We are not able to get.
Yeah, got it. Got your point.
Anonymous.
Yes. Okay. Hold on. The problem is that because I'm using my personal account, it doesn't give me that feature where I can give an individual copy to a student. So when I will do the same using my official classroom, I will be able to hand over an individual copy to each of the students. Okay. So that's why we have a G Suite account for our college through which we can give assignments. So I'll just show you through my official. I will not be able to share this assignment with you, but I'll show you how it will be different if I create an assignment here using this one. So what I'll do is I'll create an assignment, and the option, let's say I create a doc, and now you will see that over here. Okay, I'll create this doc and I save it as something. I save it as assignment 1. Okay. And what I can do is classwork, students can view file. Now can you see here, I get one more option, make a copy for each student, which I will not get in case I'm using my personal email ID. Okay, that's the difference of having a G Suite. In my personal ID, I can have only two options, that students can view and students can edit. But when I will be using all your faculty members will be using their own official ID. In that case, I can make a copy for each student and each student can submit his answers separately. Does that answer your question? Yes or no? The problem is that over here I'm using my personal Gmail ID, which does not have those many features as it would be. But why am I using my personal ID? Because you all cannot become students of my class, which I will be creating using my official ID. That's the problem. Okay, so still there are 12 people who are turned in. You can just wait for others and see, I've got answers. There are no attachments. Somebody hasn't attached an attachment. Some people say that you have more freedom to choose the courses, so on and so forth. So it's fun. More freedom can be obtained here. So if you think so, I don't think that's true, because in college you have more commitment as well. Okay, fine. So this is how I have explained two things. One is how can you tackle your assignments. Second is how can you tackle your quizzes, which are going to be an essential part. Then you may have something called as a question, which the teacher can pose to you, and you might be expected again. You can edit your answer or you can reply to each other. This is also one great feature which we have. Let's say the question is, what other colleges had you applied to? So this is the question, had you applied to? All right. So I will say, okay, I'll just ask this question. And now, do you all get this question? Can you just reply to this question of mine?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Again, see how interesting it is. In a normal class, I would give you an assignment, you would go back home, write it down, and then come back. So now you are engineering students. It's more fun. It's more challenge. It's more live, you know. So immediately I get a response from somebody. So what has Pradeep said? He says TNEA, some college which is there, and you can see as you keep replying, I'll keep getting the answers over here. Right? So this is how a question differs from an assignment and how an assignment differs from a Google quiz. Okay, so over here also somebody who has replied to me, Pradeep has replied to me. So Pradeep gets 100 out of 100 marks, and I return these marks to him, and he immediately gets the live feedback of what he had done and how many marks he has got. Okay, just remember one thing which a majority of students generally do not remember, is that this is an online platform where deadlines are set as far as the computer is concerned. So if there is a quiz where I have said that the quiz will close by 9 o'clock, so the quiz will close by 9 o'clock. It is very essential for you to follow deadlines and to submit because see, I'll tell you one thing. I'll again show you something. Sorry. Now I had given you the deadline for some assignment. Which assignment I had given the deadline as 11 o'clock? I think this assignment number 1. So the deadline was what? Already 17 people have turned in. I will just check what was the deadline for this particular assignment. Give me a minute. I'll go to classwork. I'll go to assignment number 1. I'll edit. The deadline is 11 a.m. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the deadline to, let's say what? I'm going to change the deadline to 10:52. I just want to show you what will happen. Now, or 10:51. Okay, and I'll save this. Now, some of you just wait for 2 more minutes and then submit the assignment.
Ma'am, the date is 21st.
Ma'am, the date is 21st.
Yeah,
you need to change.
Sorry, yes, that I need to change. Great, it feels good when students are vigilant and they are keeping a track of whether the teacher is doing it right or not. Yeah, great. Okay, so now what I want some of you to do is, I want some of you to just wait for 1 minute and then submit your answers after 1 minute. So it's already 10:51. You can submit your answers now. I'll show you how will I come to know. So you can never say that, ma'am, I had submitted the assignment on time, ma'am, I was not late, or stuff like that. Okay. Also, what I as a teacher can do is I can reuse the earlier posts which I had done. So I can reuse a post from earlier of my classes. I can reuse some quiz. Okay, there's no post in this. So I can reuse something in computer and architecture. So I have some assignment which I had earlier done. I can reuse this assignment and assign it to you for my work also to become easier. And also now I can come here to the last tab, which is the grades tab. So as a student, see, as a faculty, I can see all the grades that my students have got. I can download the grades for individual assignment, or I can return grades to all of you. So I have a very simple way of doing returning grades. Okay, and also you can online see your grades the moment I have returned them to you. So you can see over here, I can return you all the grades. Also, as a faculty, what is available to me is very, very simple. So the chances of me goofing up with any of your marks or something is also very less, because when I go to this assignment, I have an option of downloading grades from here, downloading all grades. So I can download all the grades that you have received till now, or I can just download the grades for a single assignment. Okay, so now you can see, Aditya, though you turned in, it shows me done late. Okay, so it shows me there are 3 students who have done late. Why? Because you would have submitted your assignment at 10:21, 10:22 or something. So now when I mark you 9, I'm justified, because why? Because you submitted the assignment late. And it marks in front of your submission that you have marked late. So what do? I'm returning these grades to you. And now why are you 9 on 10 and somebody is 10 on 10? Because somebody submitted the assignment on time and you did not submit the assignment on time. So over here, keep following the stream. Stream will keep telling you. It tells you the assignment 1 is due today at 10:51, and you can see who all are yet to submit the assignment. Okay. Yes, so that's all about the 4 tabs that I had to familiarize you with. Any questions that you have regarding Google Classrooms? I have 5 more minutes to wind up this session. You are most welcome to ask me any questions.
Ma'am, how do we see our grades?
They will be visible. In every assignment, you'll get your grades. The moment the faculty returns the grades to you. Till the time I have not returned the grades to you, you will not be able to see. So for people whom I have returned the grades, are you able to see the grades? For the people that I have returned the grades to, are you able to see the grades?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be able to see the grades right then and
Yes,
there.
ma'am.
Okay. So that's how it is. Any other query that you all have?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
when will we get our official SRM account?
That will take some time. That is an administrative question that probably Dean sir will be able to answer you, because it takes some time. See, because it's around 1,000 odd students or 1,200 odd students that we have to generate the IDs for. It takes around 15-20 days for the IDs to be generated.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
How do you submit my assignment?
So I'll stop sharing this. I'll come to the. Sorry, beta.
Ma'am, how do you submit my assignment?
How do you submit your assignment? Once you've done it, it automatically gets submitted. You don't need to do any, unless and unless. See, in some cases, your faculty might ask you to upload a screenshot, to upload something. In that case, you need to upload those particular documents. Otherwise, for a quiz, the moment you say submit, it's submitted. You don't need to do anything special to submit that particular assignment or something.
Yeah, okay. Ma'am,
yes.
Ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead, Hari.
Ma'am, I am getting 3 options, ma'am. Stream, classwork, people, but I am unable to see the grade option at all, ma'am.
No, you will not be able to see. You are not a faculty. You will be only able to see the grades that you have received.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, that is for the faculty tab. Yes. Yes, beta.
Okay.
Yes, Rishi, you have a question, beta. Go ahead.
Can each of these steps be applicable on a smartphone, or we need a computer or something?
What branch do you belong to? What branch have you taken admission in?
CSE, Computer Science Engineering.
CSE. So my recommendation always is that if you are a computer engineer, your tool is a laptop. Your tool is a computer. Yes or no? So it's always better. See, we can operate the same thing from mobile also. There's no issue. But when you have a laptop, it's always more convenient to work on these tools. And we encourage students to attend their online classes using computers. We encourage. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yes.
I have a query. So for questions that you posted on the website, will a written response be accepted? Like if I write it down on a piece of paper and I take a photo of it and send it, will it be valid, or I will have to type it?
Sorry, I didn't get your. Can you just be a bit louder, beta? I didn't get your question.
1 second, ma'am.
Can you just repeat?
Can you hear me, ma'am? No, ma'am. For example, if you have posted a query, like, or a question,
Yes.
can we submit a written response? Like,
Yes,
can we,
yes, it depends on your teacher. I think majority of teachers will not have. In fact, we will prefer that, because that ways we are assured that it's you who has submitted the assignment, and it's
Okay.
not some one word document which one student has written and then you are circulating it. That is
okay.
not an issue. Yes, you can write it down if you are not comfortable typing, or even if you are comfortable typing and you would like to submit a handwritten assignment, it's always welcome. There's no problem
Okay,
in
ma'am.
that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, this is Ashad, ma'am. I have a query, ma'am.
Yes,
If you accepted my response, it will show to my friend screen, ma'am.
Print screen meaning what? What do you?
In a classroom friend screen, ma'am. If I send you a response, ma'am, if you
Yes.
accepted means it will show that a teacher has accepted my response. They will indicate, ma'am.
Yes, yes, of course. No, see, there are two things, beta, you have to understand. One is that I have given you an assignment and I have graded it, but I have not returned the grades to you, because I don't want you to immediately come to know how many marks. Let's say there is CT1. For CT1, I have graded you, but I have not released the grades as of now. Though I have evaluated your assignment, you will not be able to see the grades. But only once a teacher releases the grades, the students will be able to see them.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank
Yes.
you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, beta.
Like when I'm using a PC for the Google Classroom,
Yes.
is there any separate app that can be installed on the computer, or should I access it only from the web?
No, just go classroom.google.com. You don't. It's available as a desktop. This thing also. You don't need to download an app.
Ma'am, but the problem is every time, it won't refresh itself. We need to go refresh it every time. So we won't get a notification if, if anything is posted, like an assignment is posted.
No, you mean to say stream? Stream updates itself. You don't need to refresh for the stream.
No, ma'am, in case suppose, like if I've shut down my computer and my Google Classroom is in my PC, I won't be getting notifications in my PC, right? So is it better to keep it in my smartphone, or is there any app that can be installed in my computer?
No, there's no need of. I actually don't understand your question. Google Classroom will keep updating. So
Madam,
you are meaning to say notifications that you get?
Yeah,
but ma'am, we need to refresh it time to time. Arya, madam, this is Karthikeyan.
Yes, sir.
May I reply for this, madam?
Please, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, app is available, and a student can also install the app on their mobile phone to get the notification. And notification will also be sent to their mail also, the registered mail ID. So app is available. I am using the app actually.
Okay,
yeah,
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes,
Bhavya. There's no option showing submit, ma'am. It just says share.
Where do you want me to? Which particular option submit are you looking at, beta?
Ma'am, I have uploaded an assignment called assignment number 1 right now.
Yes.
Yeah, in that, as soon as I finish writing my answer,
it automatically gets uploaded. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to put, only for the quizzes you need to do submit.
Oh, I don't even need to click enter, is it?
No, you don't need to do anything. The moment you have uploaded, you just need to say mark as done. That's what is important.
Yes, ma'am. That option is not showing up.
Can you show up where's the mark as done, ma'am? I can't find it.
I can't show you because I don't have a student account. Actually, I'm a part of all the classrooms, so I cannot enter any classroom as a student. So
if I continue typing,
okay, one second. I'll give. Is there any student who could do that mark as done?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, Nikita, can you share your screen and show us that mark as done?
I'm actually using two devices from.
Okay.
May I show?
Yes, Navneet, go ahead. You can just share your screen and show mark as done, because I can't log in as a student, so that's why I made you all my students. Yes.
Ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, I'm still unable to reply for that assignment document, ma'am.
Which assignment? Yeah, you can see over here, you'll get this mark as done. So the moment you click on, so any assignment which is given to you, this mark as done tab will come there. You have to do mark as done, it will come to me. Which assignment are you not able to do, Hari? Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, beta Navneet. Thank you. You can stop sharing your screen. Which particular assignment?
Ma'am, that assignment number 1 which you assigned to us, that assignment only I'm unable to type anything, ma'am. Still it's I got to say everyone are typing together only it's showing to me.
Yeah, that's why I told you, no, that because I was using my personal ID, there's a restriction on the personal ID. But when you will be given the assignments using the official ID, a separate copy will be created for each student. So each one of you will be able to submit the assignment. This is the problem that's there if you do not have a G Suite account. So hold on, probably by evening, once everybody is done finishing this assignment, then you will be able to submit it. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thanks.
Yeah. Yes. Any further queries?
Ma'am, this is Bhavya. I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yes, Bhavya.
Ma'am, if we wish to ask a professor something, just our professors, is it possible to post something privately or all our posts will be public?
In case of stream, if you are doing, of course, it will all be public. You can't post
It will all be public. Okay.
Yes, it will all be public. But at the same time, I'm sure during orientations, the faculty members have told you that you will always have access to your faculty members through their email IDs, or that's the official mode of communication that you must use whenever you want to raise a query or ask a doubt to your faculty members. You can communicate the same through your through their official email ID. I'm sure they'll respond on that. If there is something which you want to communicate personally with them, yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Yes, Varun, you have a question. I think I'm running short of time. There are other speakers also who are waiting. So this was just an introduction to Google Classroom. What I'll request you all is that now that you have the classroom which I have made you a part of, please try exploring what all can we upload, what all can we, because it's a huge platform which has got lots of features and covering the entire thing in one, though I have tried to cover everything that a student requires in this 1 hour. But still, in case you have any query, my email ID is MWE. I'm just going to write it in the chat for each one of you. You can send your queries to me. There's no issue. I will be more than happy to resolve any query for you. I'm just writing my email ID in the chat. So you can contact me using my email, and yeah, all of you can see my email ID there. For any query, you are most welcome to write a query to me. I'll be more than happy to help. That's all from my side, and I think for the next session, Dr. Vijay Kumar will be taking over now. I just need to make him the host. Just give me a minute. Vijay Kumar sir, are you already there? Vijay Kumar sir?
Ma'am, next to you, I think Mr. Sebastian is taking it.
Okay, Sebastian sir.
It's not Vijay Kumar.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sir, just making you the host, sir.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Over to Sebastian.